God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Coming some night. Loving this light. This God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
Peace, world peace. Welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. I am Goddess Dawn, the warrior baby, also known as the bell ringing truth teller. Yes, because I'm on niggas' heads. And today it's the human troll doll they call Torey Lanez. Yeah, if you're familiar with this channel, you know full and got dang well that there is absolutely no love for Torey Lanez over here. So brace yourself for the dragging or leave now. Now, the only reason I'm speaking on him is to highlight his latest antics and remind the world of how problematic he is. And also that number one, he needs to be sent the fuck back to Canada. Number two, he absolutely shot Megan and needs to go to prison. And number three, show y'all once again that he's a fuckboy with a hot head, a dope problem, and just way out of control. So, what actually happened? All right, the other night, there was an altercation between Lanez and R&B singer / Jada Pinkett Smith entangler, August Alsina. The first report of the incident came from IG's Gossip of the City T. Now let's read the post. Torey Lanez KO'd August Alsina tonight after August got froggy with Torey over something Torey said months ago. Torey was trying to show him love and August wanted to take it to a negative place and got knocked out. August was the negative one, not Torey. August felt some kind of way because Torey said months ago he wouldn't have snitched on Jada like August did. Torey tried to shake his hand and August ignored him. Torey asked him about it and August got negative and told him to keep that same energy. So Torey actually did a freestyle about August after the whole Jada Smith entanglement situation with Public. Let's see that.
Hey, let me start fucking on Jada. I ain't gonna snitch like August. Look at her face like Will.
But let's get real here. August Alsina first is obviously a truth teller. Remember, he's the one who spilled the tea about him and Jada. So we should believe him based on that alone. The second, Torey Lanez has an extensive history of violence. Yeah. We've been hearing for years about how he's been pulling up on folks and putting his hands on them. And now he's known to be a shooter. So the story, quote unquote, in air quotes, leaked to Gossip of the City T. Someone who was with Torey posted their own account of the situation. I'm going to read it. They said they staged that shit. They had a camera recording the whole time. He ain't go post the video because he gonna incriminate himself for doing that whole ass shit. Anyone can sucker punch someone when they not expecting it. That man was talking to Torey, who let them girls hype him up because August didn't shake his hand. Torey stated, and I quote this from security mouths, "I should go slap this MF," then proceeded out towards us with his security. August was in the truck already with me. Then saw Torey walking towards us and he got out to talk to him. Once they started talking about what happened on social media, Torey said, "I'm on whatever you on. took 2 steps to the left, handed the security his blunt, and while August was moving to the side, thinking they was about to talk in private, when Torey sucker punched him, then ran behind his security, who already had a line formed. I had to restrain August while my people was restraining August's brother and friends. Torey went to the building, performed, and ran out the side door. There you go, all facts. Now, because of all the attention this was getting, August himself was forced to respond. We'll read that. As I'm exiting the building after the show last night, a 4'11" sized leprechaun ran down on me with 8 oversized security niggas, whom I greeted each individually upon their walk up as they tried to press me. Whole time, I'm 1 deep, no security. Torey continues to ask with ego why I didn't dap him up. I go on to tell him I was a fan of him and didn't understand him speaking on my business publicly in the past because I don't know him or ever met him until last night. So when he spoke, it caught me off guard because of his past actions. I assumed he didn't like me, that's all. Not to mention, with my history of health and condition, just recently overcoming being paralyzed, my doctor directed me not to compromise my health while out on the road, less hands as possible due to corona and monkeypox. Never any disrespectful words were exchanged, so I was a bit confused as to how somehow he turned himself up with anger after hitting a blunt laced with cocaine, obviously. He says, I heard the fizzle. He snuck me when I turned my head to move the side among all his antsy moving and to keep an eye on the endless niggas that was with him surrounding me, which was security and some nigga with a gun tucked, whom he then proceeded to run behind and hide to run back in the building. There was never a fight, in quotes, simply an assault. Dude has no real friends and is on a crash out mission. With that said, I'm going to keep it G and not come to the net, but you moving with foul intent, feeding falsities to blogs to look for a moment, because them moments ain't happening on stage for you. I will assist you in that gracefully. His people got the whole thing on camera. Put the footage out. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Put the footage out, Torey. Torey has a behavior pattern, clearly. Start shit, brag on it, then deny it once witnesses speak and evidence comes out. He's the most problematic ass nigga out here and needs to be stopped. Like I said, the first step is to send him back to Canada. We don't need him here in the US with his extreme, toxic, masculine behavior. We have enough of problems in that area. Get this nigga out of here. Alsina has been very open about his mental and physical health issues. He's the most unproblematic guy out there. Everyone would agree, except Will Smith, probably. But there are some comments I saw just to, prove my point. I just find it weird that Torey supposedly went to blogs with the story that August approached him and was feeling aggressive. Bro, you really trying to convince people that the dude with an autoimmune disease that is very likely slowly killing him caused him serious nerve damage and took away his mobility to the point where he was wheelchair bound for a year and some change is trying to fight anybody? Come on, son. Lanez did it. He always doing shit like that and then catching amnesia after the fact. He has a track record of this. It's funny to hear Ack say, Torey not even violent like that. Dude has a trial pending now. And he slapped the guy from Prince from Love and Hip Hop. So the comment, speaking of Ack, they're talking about academics. He spoke to Torey on his platform and wanted to go to bat for Torey, as he's been doing. So we kind of already know that academics is on Torey's payroll, right? And had the nerve to say that Torey's not even violent like that. He's literally on trial for shooting a Megan Thee Stallion. Come on now. Or he's facing trial. Excuse me. Another comment. August has a history of telling the truth, but somebody else doesn't. That person always said nothing happened. I know if Jada couldn't pay August off, he definitely doesn't have enough money too. Wow. The way this dude keeps getting a pass for violently attacking people is crazy. I concur with that. Torey's response sounds exactly the same as when Meg said he shot her, and that is definitely the truth. Now, what I didn't show was the actual video of what happened around the incident. So let me pull that up.
Hey, I wish you would have got that. I did get it. Yeah. Damn.
Don't do it. You already shot Megan.
You knocked his ass out, Torey? You knocked him out? Torey said he just knocked August Alsina ass right out. One punch crushed him, Torey. He said one punch crushed his ass. Look up.
Note the devil ears on the cap, okay? So if you're confused, basically they had the meetup. That was the first scene. Then apparently he felt dissed because August didn't dap him up. Some girls were around who must have said like, dang, like, oh, dang, wow. And he felt away. He went back and they didn't show what happened. But now he's celebrating. And you obviously saw he was making motions to show that he knocked him out.
You just did that?
Play it one more time. This is the meetup.
Hey, I wish you would have got that. I did get it. Damn.
Now he's going back because he's mad.
You already shot Megan.
You knocked his ass out, Torey?
Now he's saying he was on the flow.
Torey said he just knocked August Alsina.
He just admitted to assault.
Right out. One punch crushed him, Torey. He said one punch crushed his ass. Look up.
Now he's celebrating like the little troll dog that he is. With the devil ears. He need to take that LA cap off and put on a Canada hat and take his ass back to where he's from. He is stinking up my city. Oh, damn. How did I forget to show y'all the pictures of August's injuries? Here's the bloody lip. And somehow he has a hole in his arm. Did Torey put his blunt out in August's arm? That looks nasty. And that's just completely messed up. This is how he supposedly looked in the elevator after the situation had went down. I believe this is an elevator, or it's either the corner of the room. But this is how he ended up. Now keep this in mind when you see that footage that I showed you.
Hey, I wish you would have got that. I did get it. Damn.
Now he mad. I'm gonna handle this thing. I'm gonna go get this thing.
You knocked his ass out, Torey? You knocked him out? Torey said he just knocked August Alsina ass right out. One punch crushed him, Torey. He said one punch crushed his ass. Look up. You just did that?
The devil himself, man. The devil himself. August, you need to sue that man. Get your money, okay? Get your money. Again, I can't stand this mofo, okay? And I am anxiously awaiting his trial for shooting Megan. Speaking of the trial, that is, it was supposed to take place this month, but it's yet again been pushed back, and it's been pushed to December this time. Megan's ex-best friend, Kelsey, who was in the truck when the shooting took place, was called to court. And this happened on the 14th of this month. And she has also been called to, she's being made to testify for the prosecution. Now, I'm going to read the article that goes with this headline. It's from The Blast. Megan Thee Stallion has to wait a little longer for day in court with Tory Lanez. Says that he was in and out of the courtroom on the 14th. The It Doesn't Matter singer stepped into the courthouse this afternoon, where most were expecting he would spend a little bit of time, but he came out almost immediately grinning like he won the whole thing. TMZ was on hand to catch up with Tory and clarify what just happened. Tory replied he was chilling and seemed not to be fazed at all by the pending charges. Tory's lawyer confirmed that the trial was postponed yet again. Yes, this is the second time that Tory and his lawyer have had to put the trial on the back burner. The postponement again is due to Tory's lawyer being wrapped up in another case. The musician was not alone at the courthouse. Soon after he showed up, Megan's former friend and fellow passenger in the car the night of the incident went down also showed up. She is set to testify for the prosecution. Harris was in attendance most of the evening with the Plan B rapper and Torey. She witnessed what went down between the two, and apparently the way that Megan is claiming it happened is different from the way Harris experienced it. TMZ got photos of the former friend showing up to the courthouse with her own counsel and support system. Everyone seems to be in good spirits entering the courthouse and in an even better mood when they stepped out. Fans were initially split on believing what went down between Tory and Megan because the rapper initially told a different story. She claimed that she cut her foot and ankle on broken glass. When asked why she lied, Megan believed that she would be endangering another black man. This was in the middle of the Black Lives Matter movement and the George Floyd protests. Megan feared that if she admitted Tory shot at her intentionally, he would then in turn be targeted by police right then and there. Megan later retracted and shared what really went down. Tory, for some weird reason, allegedly lost it and began shooting at Megan's feet, yelling, "Dance, bitch, dance." Very Rick James of him. This is true. Where the difference comes in is Harris and Tory both claim it didn't go down that way, and he never harmed Megan in any way at all. Now, we don't know what went down, but from the picture surfacing on the internet, that looks like a hole in the Savage rapper's ankle. A real straight through kind of situation. Alas, we will have to wait for the new trial date, reportedly supposed to be between November 28th and December 8th. Tory is up against one count of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and one count of carrying a concealed unregistered weapon. He has already pled not guilty, but if he's convicted, the LUV, the Love singer, can spend up to 22 years in prison. Now, keep in mind that Kat is said to have changed up her story per Megan because Tory bribed her. We all know she ain't got no money. Tory bribed her, said, I'll do this for you. I'll do that for you. Let me help you with your music career. Let me do this. Let me do that. If y'all don't remember, she came out with a diss record against Megan not long after this thing happened. People speculate Tory wrote that for her. I mean, this thing is crazy. But what happened to the bodyguard that was supposedly driving the vehicle when the shooting happened? All of a sudden, he was no longer in the car. They're saying Kelsey was the only other witness. That's kind of weird to me. Okay. So I don't know if I'm alone on this. Yeah, all of the delays have been, again, from Torey's lawyer, Sean Hawley, who apparently is too busy to make this a priority. We all know how these stall tactics work. They're designed to put space in between the incident and the trial in hopes people forget the details. R. Kelly's 2008 trial comes to mind. You know, they want to minimize the buzz. But I'm going to be here bringing you updates continually. And I will also be covering the trial, God willing. I hope August sues him too. You hear that, August? You need to sue this man. He deserves all the smoke, all of it. And not just the smoke that's in his blunt with the dope in it. August said he heard the fizzle. He heard the fizzle. That's all I got, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Till next time. Peace.